Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I begin in the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Today is a blessed day, the day of Ashura, which is the 10th day of Muharram. Muharram is the first day of Islamic calendar, and Ashura day is the 10th. What is Muharram? Muharram is Arabic. It is the first of the Islamic calendar, the first month of the Islamic calendar, and one of the most sacred of the 4 months in the year where fighting is prohibited. Since our calendar, the Islamic calendar, is lunar, Muharram moves year to year at different time compared to the current calendar most people are using. It is unlawful to fight during this month. The word Muharram is derived from the word haram, which means prohibited. What is Ashura? Ashura may be spelled different ways, but it's still the same Ashura. It is also called Yawm al-Ashura, the day of Ashura, or simply Ashura means the 10th day, which is the 10th day, as we said, of Muharram. Normally, it could be a public holiday in many Islamic countries, and some other countries which are holding the Islamic standards is declared as a public holiday. The 10th day of Muharram is in the Islamic calendar. The Jews relate the 10th day of the 7th month as being the equivalent of the Day of Atonement to the event of bringing the tablets of the Ark of the Covenant from the Mount Sinai. Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, wa la ilaha illallah, wallahu akbar. Glory be to Allah of Most High. This is a blessed day, the day of Ashura, the day when Allah created the kalam, the pen, and the day Allah created Lo Maksul, the tablet, on which all the things have been written from the beginning to the end of creation. And Allah created the Arsh, which is the mighty throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the day He created the Kursi, the footstool, which is above the heavens and the earth. And the day Allah created the angel Jibreel and all the other angels out of Nur, light. And on the day Allah created the heavens and the stars and the earth, then He created the mountains and pegged it into the earth and created the oceans and water flowing back and forth. Then the first rain fell on the earth on Ashura. It's also the day set in the cycle of prophecy. The day of resurrection will occur on Ashura day, the day when all the bodies will be raised. After the angel Israfil, he blows the trumpet, and when he blows the second trumpet, as we know the first trumpet and everything is destroyed, but on the second trumpet is when all the bodies will be raised, which is on Ashura day. It is the day when Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created Prophet Sayyidina Adam, salatu salam, peace and blessing be upon him. Allah caused him to enter into Jannat, Eden, and the day Allah cast him out, Shaitan caused him to lose the beautiful garden of Jannat and cast him onto this dunya, the earth, on this day, and his wife Hawa. Allah sent Prophet Adam down to India and Hawa into Jeddah, and they wandered for 300 years, and Jibreel came and teach them the dua for forgiveness, seeking forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah accepted repentance on this day of Ashura. رَبَّنَا ظَلَمْنَا أَنفُسَنَا وَلَمْ تَغْفِرْ لَنَا وَلَنَكُونَ مِنَ الْخَاسِرِينَ. O Allah, we have sinned ourselves, and unless you grant us forgiveness and bestowed mercy upon us, we shall be among the losers. Ameen. In Sri Lanka, which is actually part of India back then, they have Adam's Peak. In there, the monks have footprint of Prophet Adam, peace and blessings be upon him, and the Kaaba, the grave of Prophet Adam. Prophet Idris, salam, peace and blessings be him, was raised alive to heaven by his friend, an angel which took him to the heavens for safety from his enemies on the earth. Prophet Idris was the first to write down the written language. We owe a lot to this prophet for us to read and write today and have the written languages from Prophet Idris. On our clothes of sewing, he actually is the first one for making and sewing clothes. Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had blessed him with knowledge and wisdom, and we say Alhamdulillah for this. Allah saved him on the day of Ashura from his enemies. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saved Sayyidina Noah, peace and blessing be upon him, of Islam, and his companions in the ark. The day the ark came to rest on the mountain known as Al-Judi, which this mountain is in Turkey, and scientists and scholars and researchers have found remains of the ark that we see in the pictures. They have found the remains of the ark Prophet Noah, peace and blessing on him, built. This was a day that he was saved from this situation. Sayyidina Abraham, peace and blessing be upon him, was born on this day. He's also called Khalilullah, the friend of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah extinguished the fire. He cut the fire out from the first furnace in which Abraham was thrown in, peace and blessing on him, by King Nimrod of the time. King Nimrod, the fire was so severe they couldn't even throw him in by force. They had to use a catapult into the fire. That's how fierce the fire was. Allah says in the Quran, the fire could be cool for Ibrahim. And after 40 days when he came out, everybody was shocked. They almost fainted because he came out not a scratch. He wasn't even damaged from the fire. This is a miracle of subhanahu wa ta'ala. Prophet Ishmael, the son of Prophet Ibrahim, peace and blessing on him, was born on this day. And as we know, the second Eid, Qurbani, Allah saved his son Ishmael, peace and blessing on him, from the sacrifice also on this day. Below the picture of the birth house of Nabiya Ibrahim, son of Islam, and here shows the place which some believe is in Turkey, where the Prophet was thrown into the fire. Some people in Iraq also claim there, but Allah knows best. Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala spoke directly to Sayyidina Musa, Moses, Islam, peace and blessings on him, and gave him the commandments on the Ashura day. As we said at the beginning, the Jews, when the commandments came down, and this is the atonement for them. This is a day that Allah spoke directly. And remember from the Quran, Allah told Moses to remove his shoes from his foot because the ground was holy, and Allah talked to him directly and gave him the 10 commandments on Ashura day. The Christians believe that this is the fire, this is the mountain, and this is the burning bush, the bush that was on fire on Mount Sinai, that Almighty Allah talked to Moses. Prophet Moses, peace and blessing be upon him, was one of the greatest messengers. Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned Prophet Moses more than any other messengers in the Holy Quran. So the thing is, Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had granted many great miracles, and one of the biggest miracles is the sea that was divided. Remember the story when the Pharaoh was following the nation of Israel, the children of Israel, and they went all the way to the river, and there was no going back. And they hear the chariots coming to them. Then Almighty Allah, the people say, Moses, we need how we're gonna escape. Then he prayed to Allah, and he lifted up his staff. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala divided the sea into two and made a pathway for them to cross over, and they crossed over. This was the day Allah, and Ashura, Allah saved the children of Israel from the Pharaoh and destroyed the army of Pharaoh was also on the same day. On the same day, 10th of Muharram, Ashura day, Sayyidina Ayub, Job, Salatu Wasalam, peace and blessing on him, was healed and restored from health from his leprosy. Allah made him sick for 23 years, and he still had faith, and he lost his family and everything else. And you know what? Allah restored his health and his family to him back. And this was a great miracle of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Prophet Ayub is one of the mentioned in the Holy Quran. Now this is below shows some pictures of his Kaaba, his grave, and some of the monuments that they've done for him. On this day, Prophet Joseph, peace and blessing upon him, was saved from the well where his brothers had thrown him in. Prophet Yusuf was one of the most beautiful of Allah's creation. He had great beauty, and there was jealousy between his brothers because his father had loved him. And they try as to get rid of him, but they didn't want to kill him, so they throw him in a well, and a passing caravan came by, and they picked him up from the well. So Allah saved him from drowning in this well. And on the day he is reunited with his father, so he sent his shirt, and the shirt when it's sent to his father, which was also Yaqub, prophet Jacob, peace and blessing upon him. His blindness was cured because when he lost the son, he lost the sight, and Allah restored his sight on Ashura. So he was saved from drowning, he was reunited with his father, and his father's sight was restored all on Ashura. On this shows the turban of Prophet Yusuf, peace and blessing, and the well that where his brothers had thrown him in. Prophet Yunus, Jonah, peace and blessing upon him. As many children from small know the story of Jonah and the whale, Yunus and the whale, how Allah wanted him to go to one place, but he said those people, there's no hope for them, so he decided to go somewhere else. And on the ship he went, many bad luck was happening to them, and they said Jonah was bad luck, Yunus. So they throw him overboard for the safety of the ship, and Allah sent a big giant whale to swallow him. And in there he stayed in the whale, and the whale didn't eat him. He stayed there, and Allah protected him, and he learned certain words of repentance from his Lord, and Allah saved him from the belly of the whale on Ashura day. The dua of Yunus, is the repentance. Is La ilaha illallah antum subhanaka inni kuntu min al-zalimin. You can say La ilaha illallah anna subhanaka inni kuntu min al-zalimin if you're saying it for I, or you're saying it as a dua for a group. It's better to go La ilaha illallah antum, we. So a lot of people make that mistake between I and we. So La ilaha illallah antum subhanaka inni kuntu min al-zalimin. There is no one worthy of worship except for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Glory be to Allah, highly above all the attribute to Him. Truly, we or I have been wrongdoer. So we made mistakes and we're wrong, so we're asking Allah for forgiveness. So Prophet Jonah made a mistake by he disobeyed Allah and he went somewhere else. So he said we're the wrongdoers. So this is the dua of Prophet Yunus. Ashura is also the day Sayyidina Dawood, peace and blessing upon him, Prophet David, peace and blessing was forgiven. In his room, two men came in and startled him, and one started explaining and gave all kinds of faults against the other one. And without listening to both sides, Prophet Dawood made a judgment, but he asked forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah forgave him. This is the day of Ashura, Allah forgive him. Underneath is his grave in Israel. Prophet Solomon, peace and blessing upon him, was restored and was given the realms, the worlds of visible and invisible. Prophet Solomon was given a ring which he controlled the jinns to do his bidding, to go and do whatever he wished. He commanded the jinns and they had to listen to his orders. So Allah subhanahu had restored him to the visible and the invisible. For the visible, he had given him the power to control the winds to his disposal. He had the winds to travel, take people on the wind of the clouds and travel them from one place to the other. So this was the visible, and invisible was the jinns that he was given on Ashura Day. Here shows the below pictures of his arsh, his throne of Prophet Solomon, and his chair, the kursi of Prophet Solomon. On Ashura Day, Prophet Sayyidina Isa, the son of Mary, والسلام, was raised to Jannat heaven and spared death on the cross. Almighty Allah subhanAllah says in the Quran that Isa did not die on the cross. Allah made some other people to resemble, some other person to resemble Isa on the cross and spared him the death on the cross and ascended him onto him where he is there as the oldest man still alive over 2,000 years, and inshallah he'll come back in the days of the Dajjal, where he will descend in Damascus, Syria. And this picture below shows where the scholars believe he will descend on two angels coming down to the masjid to read with Imam Mahdi. He will, it's time for Salat, Namaz, and he will tell the Imam Mahdi will say, yes, you're a messenger of Allah, Rasulullah. He will lead the prayers, and he will say, no, you have been appointed by the people for as the Imam, and the Imam Mahdi will lead the prayers. Then they will go out and run after the Dajjal, and this is another topic. But this is Prophet Isa, may Allah be pleased with him, was spared from the death of the cross on this day. Ashura is also a Sayyidina Hussein, may Allah be pleased with him, which is the grandson of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam last daughter Fatima, may Allah be pleased with her, and her husband Ali, may Allah be pleased with her. Ali was the last Khalifa of Islam, and he was also the cousin of the beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The grandson, which is Hussein, may Allah be pleased with him, was brutally massacred in the Battle of Karbala along with his family, his friends, in the year 660 CE, 81 AH. He achieved the highest honor, Shaheed Maut, martyrdom. Below shows in the middle of his blood that's in the pouch, which is in the Turkey Museum. Also along is his shirt. This is what a shirt looks like. And to the right is the tomb of Imam Hussein, the grandson of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam arrived in Yathrib, which is now Al-Madinah, he found the Jews fasting on the 10th of Muharram. When he asked them about that, and they explained, he said, I am more entitled to follow Moses, peace be on him, than you. In the hadiths, the Prophet ﷺ fasted on the day of Ashura, and he ordered that fasting to be performed on it. And when he was asked about the virtue of fasting, and the Prophet ﷺ said this will wipe out your sin from the year before and the year after. However, after this, he commanded the Muslims we should be different from the Jews by fasting the 10th and the day before or the day after, so the 9th or the 11th. Narrated by Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, which was the last wife of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. People used to fast on Ashura, the 10th day of the month of Muharram, before fasting was compulsory in Ramadan. And this day, they used to change the covering of the Kaaba. The cloth that covered the Kaaba was on the day of Ashura. When Allah had made fasting of Ramadan compulsory, Allah's Apostle peace and blessings said, whoever wished to fast on this day of Ashura may do so, or whoever wished to leave it can do it also, if he never made it compulsory at that time. Now in the hadith, they talked about, it is the day of Ashura, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not made fasting compulsory for you, but I am fasting. He who likes to observe fast amongst you should do so, and he who likes not to observe it does not have to observe it. Covering of the Kaaba. Pre-Islamic period, the Arabs used to cover the Kaaba with was part of their tradition. When Islam prevailed, it retained the tradition. The people used to cover the prior to Islam with rugs with red skin. Later, the Prophet ﷺ covered from cloth from Yemen. Osman and Umar, two of the caliphs of Islam, covered from Egyptian white cloth and covered with silk brocade. The first of his cover came from a man from Yemen, Asad. Omar used to choose the most expensive cloth in Egypt and send covering for the Kaaba. You see, the covering of the Kaaba gets changed once a year. People used to be happy and glad like how they sacrifice camel to send covering for the Kaaba because so many millions of people go and perform Hajj and people all year round perform Umrah and people pray every day at the Kaaba. Now, what's interesting is that at the end of every year, when they change the cloth, they usually cut them up into pieces and distribute amongst pilgrims who used to have shelter in Mecca. But the thing is, the royal family, since they came of the royal family, the Saudis, they give it to their friends. In fact, we had one gentleman, one brother, Hisham Badran in Ottawa, who actually had a piece of his property that from the royal family, and he brought it to one of the Islamic schools we had in Ottawa. I mean, oh Allah, bless us to perform good deeds and gain the rewards of Ashura. Make the new year one of unity among the believers, cooperation, success for all Muslims, protection from the Dajjal and the Gog and Magog and for their followers. آمين آمين ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الإنسان في خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين